about MGT162 from Chapter 1 to Chapter 5. For management, the definition states that it is the process of planning, organizing, leading and controlling the efforts of an organizational members and the use of all organizational resources to achieve stated organizational goal. While organization means a social unit in which two or more people interact to achieve common goals or a set of goals. The member who is responsible for planning, organizing, leading and controlling activities of the organization so that the goals are achieved is a manager. Why do we need an organization? There are 4 reasons why we need to do an organization. First is to accomplish our objectives. Second is to preserve knowledge. Third is to serve the society, and lastly, to provide wide range of careers. There are 3 basic skills of management. First is technical, second is human, and third is conceptual skill. Whereas technical is the ability to use procedures and operate machines. Human is the ability to work with other people, and conceptual is the mental capability of a person. There are 3 levels of management, which is top level, middle level and first line level, where top level requires highly conceptual skill, middle level requires high human skills, and third is first line level, which requires high technical skill. There are 3 basic manager roles, which are interpersonal role, informational role, and decisional roles. Interpersonal roles consist of figurehead, leader, and liaison. Second is informational role, which consists of monitor, disseminator, and also spokesperson. Third, or lastly, is decisional roles, which consists of entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resources allocator, and negotiator.
In Chapter 2, we will discuss about planning. Planning is setting the goals and defining the actions necessary to achieve those goals. While plan is a method of doing or making something and consisting of a goal and a course of action. Planning is importance a sense of direction and purpose as device for controlling managers to reduce overlapping, and by planning it can point out the needs of future. There are 2 types of planning. First is strategic plan that consists of strategy and mission statement. Second is organizational or operational plan that consists of a standing plan and single-use plan. For strategic plan, there are 2 types of planning. First is strategic planning that is applied broadly to an entire organization. It is a long-term plan and less specific in details. Next is tactical planning that is applied to specific part of organization. It is a short-term plan and more specific in details. Mission statement is important to address our basic need for direction and to provide a foundation by which the organization should operate and create goals. Next is organizational or operational plan. There are 2 plans, which is standing plans and single-use plan. Standing plans is a plan that deals with organizational issues and problems and designed to be used again and again, such as policy, procedure, and rules. Single-use plan is a one-time plan specially designed to meet the needs of unique situations and designed for specific purpose such as program, projects, and budgets. Plans are divided into 2. First is specific plans. That is plans that have clear objective and leave no room for misinterpretation. Second is directional plans. That is flexible plans that set out general guidelines.
Next is Chapter 3, which is nature of decision making. At the end of this chapter, we will get to know the definition of decision making, the types of decision making, the types of condition, the process of decision making, and last one is the techniques of decision making. Okay, first of all, the definition of decision making is the process through which managers identify and resolve problem and capitalize on opportunities. There are two types of decision making, which are program and non-program. For program decision making, the characteristic of it is structured, repetitive decision. For example, rules and regulation. For non-program decision making, it is unique, unusual, unstructured, and requires higher level management. For example, government decision on to prevent H1N1 by stopping all travelling outside the country. Next is the types of condition under decision making. There are 4 types, which are certainty, uncertainty, risk, and ambiguity. For decision making process, there are 7 steps. First, identifying opportunities and diagnosing problem, identifying objective, generating alternative, evaluating alternative, reaching decision, choosing implementation strategies, and last one is monitoring and evaluating feedback. For techniques of decision making, there are 3 techniques. Firstly is brainstorming, second nominal group technique, and last one is Delphi technique. Chapter 4 is organizing. Organizing is a process of determining the tasks to be done, who will do them, and how those tasks will be managed and coordinated. The reason why managers need to organize is to divide the work according to the nature and similarity of tasks. There are some issues that need to be in the organization. They are determine what is to be done, assigning tasks, and decide how to achieve coordination. Okay, for the process of organizing, the first step is aligning with company's mission and vision. Second, determining tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Next, grouping into logical unit and subunits. Fourth, coordinating resources. And last one is monitoring and feedback. 6 types of organizational structure are functional structure, product structure, customer structure, geographical structure, matrix structure, and network structure. For span management is a number of subordinates who report directly to a given manager of supervision. The factors that influence the span of management are the type of work, strength of organization structure, the ability of the manager, and the amount and type of communication required among the members.
There are 2 types of organization types, which is tall structure and lean or flat structure. Next is chain of command, is a separate lines of authority or power among all positions in an organization. There are 2 components of chain of command, which is unity of command and scala of relationship. Next is authority. Authority is the right to make decisions with respect. There are 2 types of authority. The first one is line authority and the second one is staff authority. Delegation is a process of transferring the authority for a specific activity or task to another member of the organization and empowering that individual to accomplish the task effectively. There are several steps in delegation. The first one is decide which goals or tasks to delegate. Second one is make assignment. Next, grant authority. Next, hold responsible, and the last one is monitor. Last but not least is motivation. From this chapter, we will discover early views of motivation, different approaches to motivation, need-based approaches to employee motivation, and process approaches to employee motivation. First of all, motivation is a force acting upon or within a person that causes the person to behave in specific goal-directed manner. There are 3 early views of motivation, which are motivation traditional model by Frederick W. Taylor and Science Management, human relation models by Elton Meyer and Horton Studies, and the last one is human resource model by McGregor's theory X and Y. Next, needs-based approaches to motivation. The first one is hierarchy of needs theory by Abraham Maslow. There is a hierarchy of 5 human needs. As each need becomes satisfied, the next needs become dominant. The first one is physiological, security, affiliation, esteem, and self-actualization. Next is 2-factor models by Frederick Hasberg, which lead to job satisfaction, which is motivator factors, and hygiene factors. Hygiene factors will lead to 2 implications, which is the first one is hygiene can prevent or eliminate job dissatisfaction, and another one is motivator factor can increase job satisfaction.
The last one is acquired needs model by David McLellan. This approach focusing on three important needs in the work environment, which is need for environment, power and affiliation. Process-based approaches to motivation. There are four process-based approaches to motivation, which are expectancy model by Victor Vroom, equity model by John Stacey Adam, goal setting and reinforcement theory. Thank you.